In the first bag of the set, you're just building out the skeleton for the ship, and it's a little bit hard to tell the front from the back. And in one of the steps, I forgot to rotate the set around, and I ended up placing a bunch of pieces in the wrong direction, and then I had to go back and undo all of those pieces. In that moment, I actually felt really worried about completing the record, and I was wondering if I should restart since I'd only been about 30 minutes into the build at that point. I really liked Star Wars as a kid, and one thing I really liked from the movies was how impressive the spaceship designs were, such as the Millennium Falcon or the Star Destroyer. I also collected a lot of Lego, and to this day, I still enjoy building Lego in my free time. So when this Millennium Falcon set came out a couple of years ago, I knew I had to get it. So I saved up for it, and when I finally got it, I came across the video that Guinness World Record made on the previous record attempt, and I thought to myself, hey, it'd be pretty cool to beat that record. This was my first time building the Millennium Falcon, but before I attempted the record, I did want to do some practice runs and tried practicing with some of the smaller LEGO Star Wars sets that I had, like the AT-AT, which took me a little bit over an hour, and that gave me a lot of confidence for the actual record attempt. But before that, I also did some research on some of the past record holders and looking into some of the strategy that they had into building Lego fast. The entire building process was actually really fun, and I think the LEGO designers did a fantastic job of making this giant build an enjoyable process. I really enjoyed LEGO to begin with, so once I started this build, I kind of locked in and I was in the zone, and before I knew it, the 7.5 hours was over. One thing though is that my fingertips and my back did hurt a lot at the end of the build, so if I ever attempt a record like this again, I'll probably want a standing desk or a better setup. And now I keep the set on display next to my desk so I can look at it all the time.
My name is David Aguilar, I'm 22, and I hold the record for being the first to build a fully functioning prosthetic Lego arm. I was born with Poland syndrome. It's a genetic disease that affects only one person out of 20,000. At first it might feel like it's not useful, but I use it every day on different things like working, doing stuff at the gym, building Lego. And when I was young, I suffered from bullying from some of my classmates. And yeah, I can say it was pretty hard being the different one. 4 years ago, I was lying in my bed and I was kind of bored, so I took a look at my room and I saw this Lego helicopter that was sitting on my desk, and I decided to dismantle it. Every single brick was used to make my first prosthetic out of LEGO Technic. It's very simple actually. Once I pull my elbow up, the fingers close, because there are some airline headphones that I wanted to reuse and give them another purpose. And the mechanism is as simple as this. I don't need something very fancy working like mechanically, just to move the simpler part of the prosthetic, which is the front. And then right here, as I told before, there's this like mountain that fits into my hand valley, and when I close this little screw, you can see the whole section fits to my arm as tight as possible. And once I start hearing like a click, okay, that means that there's no more room inside, and the prosthetic can be stilled, and I can move it on my own. The only limitation that I had with my first prosthetic was that I only used one Lego set, and this is why I don't have this challenge anymore, because on my computer I design my prosthetics in a digital software called Studio, and after that I can order the bricks and I can build something that I had on my computer a few weeks ago. So
my name is Tomáš Kašpařík, and the record is the world's largest Lego Ferris wheel. I was actually inspired by the London Eye. I wanted to build something that moves from Lego, something from real life that is big but doesn't take too much parts. So the Ferris wheel was the obvious choice. Well, the designing actually took me a few months to figure out the technique the frame can be put together and stay stable. But after that, the building took only about a month or two. Because this is actually the second version, and the smaller one was like the prototype that I tested everything on. This one has 40,000 parts. It works the same way as the wheel on a bicycle. From the center there are strings, and there's tension in those strings, so it's all stretched and doesn't fall in and cannot go out, the frame I mean. So that's how it holds all together. This is the largest thing that I ever built, and I was able to take it to many shows, so I was very happy that I was able to do something like this. I like to build. I like to tinker, create something, and I like to create stuff that children will like, that children will enjoy. So I guess that's my inspiration, to bring smiles to children's faces. Reactions from people. Some people, there were some girls that basically dropped their jaw and kept it down for like 5 minutes. Guys usually shake their heads that it's impossible. And I don't know, other reactions, well, amazement. Yeah. It feels good to hold the Guinness World Records title, and I don't think anyone will beat me very soon, because this was really, really difficult to build. I do have advice for people: start small, because if you start big, then you spend a lot of energy and a lot of effort, and it may not work out. I'm also working on some secret stuff that I will not indulge you in just yet.
Well, the actual Colosseum is a spectacular building. For a normal person back in the day, they've hardly seen a building that was over a story high. And to be confronted with such an amazing piece of engineering that's almost 200 meters wide, that's 50 meters tall, it was unprecedented up until today. My name's Rok. I'm a senior designer at the LEGO Group, and I designed the LEGO Colosseum. So during the process, when I was adding more and more detail to it, the piece count just grew bigger and bigger. And so it slowly evolved into the biggest LEGO set of all time. The original building could house over 100,000 spectators, at least that's the assumption we have today. But it also had a retractable roof, that's very rare even today. And we have shown that in the LEGO model. There are a number of corbels at the outer ring of the facade, which shows where the masts were being hoisted, which would hold up the roof. While the original Roman Colosseum was brightly colored, it was painted bright red, blue, black, and as well as white. It's of course been weathered under 2000 years under the Roman sun, so the LEGO version actually provides more color in order to show the shadow lines to better accentuate some of the details. There are a lot of challenges in building a set this big. First of all, it has to stand when you lift it up. So the way it's designed is that it has a very strong base, but the superstructure is only connected on a few points, so it's a bit like modern bridge building. When you pick it up by the base, it allows the rest of the model to flex on top of it, which means that it doesn't exude the forces so that it would crack. There are no new elements in the build to actually show the versatility of the LEGO system. The columns themselves are built with a minifigure candle piece turned upside down. And on the Ionic columns, on the second row, I used a minifigure roller skate to serve as volutes on top of the column. I'm truly satisfied that it's a full 360-degree model. There's been utmost attention given to every aspect of it, so no matter how you turn it, you're always looking at a perfectly detailed LEGO set. The Colosseum has 9,036 pieces, and as of November 2020, it's the largest LEGO set ever. My 5-year-old self would be really proud of the adult that got to design this amazing LEGO set.